I'm afraid this isn't in order, madam.
My passport is perfectly in order.
But your entry permit is not. I'm afraid you must wait in the detention suite.
I'll appeal against this.
Yes, you can appeal.
Really, this isn't good enough. I've got relatives waiting for me. Friends, too much.
How long do you intend staying in the United Kingdom, Mr. Leonidas?
Leonidas.
Leonidas.
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
As long as it takes.
As long as what takes?
To get married.
Ah. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to wait here for a few moments. Excuse me. Could you come round and see somebody in room 36, please? Thank you.
All right, you can put these things back in your pockets.
Thank you so much. Very kind. A nice welcome to England. Can I have my passport?
You're the son of Spiros Leonidas?
Yes.
Was that known when you obtained this passport?
I did not hide it. Can I go now?
Your passport's made out for 1 month.
3 months. I was told a 3-month permit, absolutely.
1 month. After which you can apply to the Home Office for an extension.
Anything else?
Yes, one more thing. If you move from this Ajax Hotel, you're to report your new address within 24 hours.
To the Home Office?
No, to the nearest police station.
Suppose I cannot find a police station.
Then a police station will find you. Oh, Mr. Leonidas.
Yes.
This young lady you've come to marry, where does she live?
179 Finsbury Park Road.
Mm-hmm. What's her name?
Katina Kaloyaropoulou.
I beg your pardon?
You work it out.
Alexis!
Katina.
Alexis.
Ah, Alexis, how are you? Welcome, my boy.
Fine. How are you all?
Oh, well. Sit down, sit
Hey, Mr. Galliaropoulos, how about a drink, eh?
Are you open a bottle of English whiskey, all right?
You mean Scotch whiskey?
All right,
Have a bottle of real Kypriaco cognac.
We keep that till later.
No, we should have a cognac.
You look older.
I am older. 2 years since I was in Cyprus. How was the plane journey?
Smooth. The dangerous part was getting here from the airport. Steve drives like a maniac.
I don't drive like a maniac. Everyone else does.
Oh, yes.
Put a Cypriot behind the wheel of a British sports car, and you have an explosive combination. Evviva, να μας ζήσετε.
See here.
See ya, Alexis. Καλώς όρισες.
Και τώρα να σας ευχηθώ ένα ωραίο και αυτό... What are you want to make a speech, baby?
Είμαστε στην αγορά, διότι κρατήσαμε το cast.
You happy?
Διότι they gave him 3 months.
Why?
You look worried about something.
Oh, well, just upset by some bother at the airport.
What bother?
The immigration police. Questions, suspicions, just because I'm a Cypriot.
Surely not.
And because my name is Leonidas. That rings a dangerous bell. They're still fighting the Cyprus War.
No, they're not. Forget it, that's all over. Why did you change your mind?
About what?
About getting married. Last time I saw you, marriage was not for you, you said. You were never going to get married. And these last few months, your letters asking me to marry you.
I changed my mind, Katina. Because I realized I loved you and could not do without you. And since I could not do without you, marriage seemed the only sensible thing.
3-4 hours, it's too much.
He was a demolition expert. High explosives, dynamite, incendiaries, plastic, delayed action. Oh, you name it. God knows how many men he blew up before we nailed him.
Were you in on it?
Well, no, only indirectly. It was Madgwick who got him.
Ken?
Yeah. He was a very tough nut to crack. I got a photograph here. There you are. He was intelligent and very... Do you know something? It took us 2 months of interrogation to get him.
Well, the son looks like him, sir.
Does he now? Come in. That's very interesting.
Morning.
Morning, Ken.
Morning, Ken.
Ah, hello, John. You sent for me?
Yes. Guess who's blown into London?
President Nixon? Ho Chi Minh?
Alexis Leonidas.
Oh, yeah?
26 now.
Spotted him at the airport, did you?
Yeah, it was a tip-off. Immigration stopped him.
Oh.
Do you remember that last day in the court, huh?
Oh, yeah.
John, it was the last day of Spiros Leonidas' trial. And when the verdict was given, oh, there was this uproar.
This scrawny teenage kid came running from the back of the court shouting, "I'll get you both. I'll get you both."
Meaning who?
Meaning me and Captain Bradshaw,
Bradshaw?
the Army Field Security officer who had arrested Leonidas in the first place.
Yeah, and look what happened to him. He disappeared in Crete 3 years ago, and no one has seen or heard of him since.
So Leonidas' son is in London.
Yeah, he's going to get married.
Oh, that's
His
nice.
papers are in order, his luggage is clean.
What do you think, yeah?
Oh, it's a long time. He's probably forgotten all about it.
You haven't. Alan Smith can take over from you at London Airport. Now, I want you to hang on to Leonidas. You're the only one who's seen him. I want you to check on this address he's given you and this girl that he's come to marry, okay?
Right.
No, Elliot, I haven't forgotten. I shall always remember that kid's face as they dragged him, screaming, from the court.
Good morning, Mr. Snow.
Morning.
This is Alexis I was telling you about.
Oh? Had experience, have you?
3 years experience.
A very smart place in Nicosia he was at, Mr. Snow.
Got a work permit?
Not yet.
Can only take you temporary then. Day to day.
Day to day.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I've been day to day for 6 months now. Yeah, Alexis. Try this for size, huh?
If you don't know where he's staying, perhaps you can tell me how he's supporting himself?
No idea. We did not ask him.
And he had £25 on him when he arrived in London. That won't go far.
But he has friends here.
Oh, what friends?
Steve is his good friend.
Steve who?
Patanides.
Patanides. Is he a Greek?
Yes.
And where does he live?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
What has he done? Is Alexis in trouble?
Oh, no. It's nothing serious at all. It's just that he's failed to give us his address. He did give us the name of a hotel. He did have a room booked there, but he's just failed to show. Now, look, I'm awfully sorry to inconvenience you, but do you mind if I ask you a couple more questions?
No, of course not.
Fine. Tell me, what do you think about your daughter marrying Alexis Leonidas?
They were child sweethearts. They love each other.
Did you know the father?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we knew his father, but we were not members of your camp, although we sympathized. But what's the good living in the past? The past is dead and buried.
We are here 5 years now. This is our home.
When does the wedding take place?
In 2 weeks, the 27th.
And where's your daughter now?
She's at work.
Oh, where does she work?
The dolphin.
She's working at the Dolphin Delicatessen in
Dolphin?
Goose Street. Yes.
Thank you. I have a ham one, please.
A whole round or half?
No, just a half.
1 and 6, please.
Oh, fine. I'm afraid I've only got a pound. Is that all right?
That's all right.
Is it all right if I eat it here?
If you wish.
Okay. You seeing Alexis today?
What did you say?
I just asked. I said, are you seeing Alexis today?
Who are you?
Detective Chief Inspector Elliot Jordan.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Alexis Leonidas.
I don't know where he is.
You are his fiancée, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Then you don't know where he is?
He's trying to find a place to live.
Well, don't you have a date with him?
A date?
Well, people who are going to get married usually see each other from time to time.
He said he'd ring me on Saturday.
On Saturday.
That's right.
What is it? Anything wrong?
Are you the manageress of the shop?
I am the proprietor of this shop, and it's not a restaurant. You can eat your sandwich in the street, mister.
He's looking for Alexis.
What for?
Routine questioning.
Routine questioning. That's what they said when they arrested his father. They'll never let him go till they killed him.
What's your name?
Sophia Peta, P-E-T-A.
I know how to spell it.
Good.
You a Cypriot?
Yes, I am a Cypriot. And I was there when that was going on. I know what you English police were like out there. all soft and polite over here. But you should have seen them in one of those concentration camps, like Lissy village.
There were no concentration camps at Lissy. That was an interrogation center.
Sergeant Clark is a British clerk, but it's prone to get enrages. If the Woks give any trouble, he puts them into cages. Woks, that's us.
No one ever called me that.
Ah, you were too young.
Miss Keligeropoulos, I wonder, when Alexis phones you on Saturday, or if you should get in contact with him before that, I wonder, would you ask him to get in contact with me? Thank you very much.
Interrogation centers. Playpens, we call them. Only those playpens had barbed wire.
They were very rough times.
Yes, very rough. For you, English Gestapo officers.
I don't like the English so much. What are you doing living over here?
It's my business.
Well, you stick to your business and I'll stick to my business, Miss Sophia Pedder.
Get off my property, fascista.
But, sir, I don't feel like taking 2 weeks off.
Oh, first time I've heard anyone say that.
Look, you're due for 2 weeks next month. Why don't you take them now?
But my wife and I haven't made any plans.
Well, go home and make some plans. Just take it easy for a bit or do some puttering around the... Do you do any gardening?
Nope.
Do you putter around the house at all?
Well, yes, I do a bit of carpentry.
Oh, fine. Make a chair for a couple of weeks. Now, what else could anyone ask for? You're on full pay.
But, sir, it seems so unnecessary. Just because Leonidas has disappeared...
Now, listen, when I questioned Miss Keligeropoulos and I said to her, I am looking for Alexis Leonidas. Now, she never even asked me why.
But it doesn't mean he's gunning for
No,
me.
it doesn't mean he's gunning for you, but I just don't want you walking around, that's all.
Madgewick, let me ask you something. Do you think it possible that Leonidas still has this grudge against you, this sort of vendetta because of his father's death?
Yes, it's possible, sir, but hardly likely. I mean, it's 11 years he hasn't made a move.
Perhaps this is the first opportunity he's had of coming to England.
Maybe.
Do you think you'll recognize him again if you saw him?
Well, yes. Yes, I think I would.
Well, don't you go looking for him, because as of now, you are off duty.
Right. Sir? Let me know any developments, then.
Yes, just go home and relax. Drop out of circulation.
Elliot, this Spirus Leonidas was a topping job.
Do you want a cup of coffee?
No, thank you. Too early for me.
Yes, he was hanged a few days after the sentence was given. You know, it was a national emergency at the time.
And it was Madgewick that put him away?
He was the officer concerned in the case before the trial. Who are you phoning?
Not phoning anyone. Just looking someone up. Ah, he's here, huh? Madgewick Kenneth. His address is in the phone book.
I know.
Well, he's not going far out of circulation, is he? Look, this Leonidas will be out of England in a month. Why don't you just put Madgewick under wraps somewhere?
Look, who's to say he won't slip back into the country illegally in 2 months, 3 months? And look what happened to Captain Bradshaw. He disappeared in Crete 3 years ago. We have got to know what is in this man's mind. And this way, Madgewick will be well looked after.
Okay, thanks for the lift.
Yeah, I'll see you at your door. Don't you bloody well get out of the car. All right, Ken.
Hello. Hello.
Here, why didn't you do
I
me
got
a-
off early.
I know.
What do you mean, you know?
The boys are in there.
Who's in there?
Hello, Skip.
Afternoon, Skip.
What are you two doing here?
We're on duty.
Sent by the chief.
What the hell for?
Keep an eye on things.
For your protection.
They got here about an hour ago.
They did they?
Ken, I want to talk to you. What is all this? What trouble are you in?
I'm not in any trouble.
Well, why are they here, then?
It was just a question of over-precaution.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Darling,
Look, I'll
be
tell you about
honest
it
with
later. I'm going to have those two sent straight back to the yard. I'm going to speak to the governor.
It's the governor's orders, Skip.
It is?
I'll make the tea.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Sheila.
You got visitors.
Yes, I know. Here, what are you doing back so early?
They always get back this time.
Oh.
Well, what are you doing back so early?
Oh, I'm on leave.
Fantastic!
Here, go and help your mother make the tea. will you?
Okay.
Yes.
Now, these are our orders. I was told to tell you. Now, you're not to go anywhere.
Anywhere?
Well, out of the house, that is. Without letting us know where you're going first, and then one of us will tag you.
You must be joking.
Oh, no, sir. Same applies to your wife and daughter. And you're not to answer the door, either front or back. If anyone comes, one of us will answer it. Now, we're on day shift, 8 to 8.
Day shift?
And 2 others will relieve us at night.
What?
We brought our own provisions, so there's no need to put your wife to any trouble.
All right to smoke, Ken.
Do what you bloody well like.
Now, this is the only photograph we were able to get telegraphed from Cyprus. It was taken a long time ago when he was 19 years old. Now, the Cyprus people have got no record of him.
No form at all?
None at all. Randy, now, you're the only one who's seen him lately. Tell me, how does this compare to what he looks like now?
It's pretty good. Yeah, there's a good likeness.
Yeah.
He's a little heavier now, that's all.
Boyish face. Very good looking.
Yeah, well, don't let that fool you.
I won't, sir. May I keep this?
No, I've got to have some more made. When I've got some more made, then you can have one. Now, you two work together. But, you know, of course, you can separate if it's necessary. You know the areas to concentrate on?
Yes, sir.
Which areas?
Well, Soho, north of Oxford Street. Mornington Crescent, Camden Town.
The separate areas. But wouldn't Leonidas avoid them?
Well, he might if he was being subtle about it, but then these people aren't usually very subtle.
These people?
Extremists.
Was Leonidas...
Well, we've got to make that assumption, sir. Otherwise, we might as well not take any precautions at all. I want this man located, and I want him located quickly. I want you to see him without him knowing he's been seen. Helen, you might find your best lead as this fiancé of his.
Katina
Kalogeropoulos.
Kalogeropoulos.
Europoulos.
What time does she finish work at the delicatessen?
At 7 o'clock, and then she walks to Tottenham Court Road and takes a bus home. But tomorrow being Saturday, she'll break a little earlier. And there's another thing about tomorrow. That is when, if she was telling the truth, and I think she was telling the truth, that she is expecting Alexis to phone her. Now, I believe that phone call will open things up for us.
In what way?
Well, they'll probably arrange to meet somewhere, or if Leonidas is a tall romantic, he might even tell her where he's staying.
You mean you're going to tap the phone?
Yes, sir.
But, Harriet, is this justified in this case? After all, this Cypriot family is perfectly innocent and respectable.
They're the only lead we have with someone who might be dangerous.
Might be, yes, but these are only precautions.
Well, they might.
Nothing's happened yet.
They might be precautions, sir, but I've already got half a dozen officers on this case. To say nothing of the time that I'm putting in, it's costing a great deal of money.
Yes!
And I think that any shortcut is justifiable.
But it just seems inappropriate to tap that phone.
I've already done it.
Well, that's your pigeon. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you for coming, sir. Well, that's fine. Thank you. Contact me as soon as you get anything.
Right.
Oh, John! There is one other thing. Now, you told me that on his passport it had mechanic.
That's right, sir.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got a message in from Nicosia saying that although he is a mechanic, he's worked for some time as a hairdresser.
Ladies or men's?
Men's. But no doubt if you smile at him, he'll do yours for you, Helen.
I want to make some of that hummus, do you call it?
Hummus.
Ah, hummus. We'll have the olive oil, the chickpeas and the garlic. What I need is some of that paste. What's it called?
Tahine.
Ah, tahini. I'll have a tin.
Comes in a jar.
Ah.
Excuse me. You'll need some lemon juice and mint.
Yes, I have those, thanks. How much do I owe you?
3 and 9, please.
Must be a bit of a drag working late on Saturdays.
Yes, only till 5:30 though.
Not too bad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
There you go. I like that girl. She seems very genuine to me.
Yes, the whole Kalogeropoulos family is... The Cyprus High Commission thinks so too.
Oh, really, sir?
Yeah, I was speaking to one of them on the phone the other day, and he vouched for them without any reservation at all.
What did you say about Leonidas?
Oh, he didn't know much about him, but he knew about the wedding. Do you know that a cousin of the Kalogeropoulos works in the High Commission office? And he's going to the wedding.
Well, that all sounds on the up and up.
Yes, yes, doesn't it? But I believe that phone is going to ring soon, and it's going to tell us how far it is all on the up and up.
I'll go Papa's from
All right.
Hello?
Katina, it's me.
Alexis, where are you?
In a phone box.
I mean, are you still in London?
Of course. How are you?
Why are you hiding like this?
I'm not hiding.
The police are looking for you.
Are they?
They've been here and they've been to the place where I work.
What do they want?
They want to talk to you.
I got nothing to talk to them about.
Alexis, you haven't done anything, have you?
No, nothing.
You would tell me, please, wouldn't you?
Katina, nothing to tell, absolutely.
I'm glad.
Well, there is something to tell.
Yes?
Katina, you are even more beautiful than I remembered.
You don't really think that, or you wouldn't leave 3 days without seeing me.
I make it up to you tonight. We have a date, yes?
Yes.
I meet you 8 o'clock at Piccadilly Circus.
Where in Piccadilly Circus?
Right in the middle. What's that statue?
Eros.
Eros, of course. I stand under him.
8 o'clock.
Katina,
Yes?
did you make that click?
No.
I think someone is listening.
Alexis, you're imagining things.
Listen, forget about Eros. You know the tube station closest to where Steve lives?
The tube station closest to us.
Don't say the name. I meet you there instead. Same time.
I am sorry about that, sir.
You should be.
It's him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'll phone the inspector.
No, you hang around. Doesn't matter if he sees you.
Okay.
Next, please.
That's enough.
Enough? But I only just started.
I only said a bit of the fringe.
What about the shoulders?
Oh, forget the shoulders.
Okay. 5 bob.
Okay.
Next, please. Haircut, sir?
No, just give me a shave, will you?
Right.
You're new here, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
Oh, I've never seen you before.
You never been here before, have you, sir?
Well, what made you think that?
I've been expecting you.
What on earth, me?
Because you're a copper. A very special kind of copper.
Not a bad shape.
Is that all right, Mr. Snell?
I suppose so.
You never went to the Ajax Hotel. Why did you give the immigration officer that address?
I meant to go there, but I changed my mind, you see? When my chum, Steve, offered to put me up.
Tell me, is this your, chum Steve's address?
Yes.
What's he got there? Flat?
A room.
Why didn't you report your new address, as I told you?
I didn't think I really had to. I thought it was just a formality.
Formality?
You're lying in your teeth.
No, I'm not.
Did you also think it was a formality to let your fiancée know where you were?
Who says I didn't?
She did.
I didn't want to get her involved.
Involved in what?
I mean, I didn't want her to be put in a spot about answering questions.
If I was your fiancée, I wouldn't mind answering questions.
Look, you didn't want us to know where you were, in case we picked you up and sent you back to Cyprus before you've done what you came to this country to do. Isn't that right, laddie, huh?
No.
Superintendent? This is Superintendent Eden.
Hi.
Now listen, lad. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer me honestly. Do you remember the name of the British police officer who handled your father's case?
Handled it?
Conducted the investigation.
No, I don't remember his name.
Do you remember his face, what he looked like?
No?
And your visit to this country has nothing whatever to do with that officer?
Nothing. Why should it?
Because I understand that in the Crown Court at Kyrenia in 1958, you uttered threats against that
In
officer.
1958, I was 16 years old, and it's Kyrenia. Look, you've been at me from the moment I got here. I just come to get married to a girl who I love. We're going back to Cyprus for our honeymoon. We may stay there, I don't know. I got nothing to do with the civil war that went on there. Whatever my father did. Listen, I'm a no one. I just come to get married next week. That's all, absolutely.
And I understand that your wedding is going to be at the Greek Orthodox Church in Camden Town.
Word gets around. You like to come to the wedding, Superintendent? It'll be quite a fancy one. You're welcome to come.
I don't think I'll be able to, thank you. But maybe one of us will accept your invitation.
Yes, dear.
Just have to do some shopping.
All right, then.
You clot. Oh, by the way, as they're leaving today, I've asked Pierce and Morris if they'd like to have a meal with us. Is that all right?
Good idea, great. They're leaving. Marvelous.
I shan't be long then.
Okay, see you later. Oh.
This program is stupid.
Oh, I liked it.
Well, you're square. You're going soon, aren't you?
Yep.
That was a
The heat's off, is that why?
You guessed it.
shown on independent
Ready,
television.
Brian?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Sheila, would you keep an eye on the stew for me, please?
Yes.
And now it's time for Pinky and Perky.
What's up?
Well, that's the last time Detective Constable Pierce goes out with Mum.
Why, you worried about what the neighbours are thinking about?
No, I'm worried about what Detective Constable Pierce is thinking. Oh, look, Pinky and Perky.
Yeah, well, shut up and watch it then.
Αραβωνίζεται ο δούλος του Θεού Αλέξη, την δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, εις το όνομα του Πατρός και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Αραβωνίζεται η δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, τον δούλεν του Θεού Αλέξη, στο όνομα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Αραβωνίζεται η δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, τον δούλεν του Θεού Αλέξη, στο όνομα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Αραβωνίζεται η δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, τον δούλεν του Θεού Αλέξη, στο όνομα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Κύριε Λέισον.
Morning.
Good morning. Madgwick?
Yes, I'll take it. Do I sign for it?
No, it's not registered.
Just a minute, please.
What's up?
Nothing. Just come inside. I'd like to ask you something.
Looks like a book.
Yes, it is. Pickwick Bookshop, Charing Cross Road. What do you make of this postmark? Something square.
WC2, that's Trafalgar Square Post Office.
Is it? And the date? Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, 6:15 p.m.
Yes, came pretty quick then. Posted in Trafalgar Square last night and got out here this morning.
Well, it's first class. But that is quick, though, yes. Might not have got here till Monday.
Yes, or even Tuesday.
Not that long, no. What's up, Tim? What a bother here?
No, nothing. Just to check on incoming deliveries.
Right, cheerio.
Στέφεται η δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, το δούλεν του Θεού Αλέξη, στο όνομα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Στέφεται η δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, το δούλεν του Θεού Αλέξη, στο όνομα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Στέφεται η δούλη του Θεού Κατίνα, το δούλεν του Θεού Αλέξη, στο όνομα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος. Αμήν. Κύριε ο Θεός ημών.
Daddy, this is for you.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
The postman just brought it.
Did you go to the door?
No, Detective Morrissey did.
Did he examine this?
Oh, yes, he had a good look at it.
Oh, that's all right then.
What's that you're making?
An occasional table.
What's an occasional table?
One you just use occasionally.
Wouldn't it be better to make one that you could use all the time?
Oh, go on.
Okay.
Sheila!
Yes?
Did you take that parcel?
Yes, I just took take it down to Daddy.
Η Παρθένος εσχέν γαστρίκεται και νιών των Εμμανουήλ, θεόντε και άνθρωπον. Ανατολή όνομα αυτών μεγαλύνοντες, την Παρθένον μακαρίζομεν. Μάρτυρες καλώς αφήσεων στις παντέντες τελικούς των Κύριων, ελεητήνοντας ψυχάσιμο, δόξα στη Χριστέ Θεός.
Yes, yes, full attendance, the lot. This is an emergency. Easy, easy. Hello, are you there? Look, put me through to Superintendent Eden. Urgent. Hey, easy, easy.
Tonight there will be Nicosia. Isn't that marvelous, huh?
How long a honeymoon will they have?
Well, as long as the money lasts. You going to the reception? I give you a lift.
Oh, I haven't been invited to the reception.
Oh, don't be like that. I give you a lift. I invite you.
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Where's the wine? Where's the wine? Where's the wine? Come on, everybody! Να ζήσετε! Να ζήσετε, Αλέξη!
Stop the music! The police.
Alexis Leonidas, you come with me.
What for?
Please.
I am from the Cyprus High Commissioner's office. Do you have to interrupt this wedding
Yes,
reception?
because I'm going to arrest the bridegroom.
It is a mistake. Why, what has he done?
Sorry, I cannot discuss it.
Please, this young couple, they got a plane to catch. They are going on their honeymoon.
The honeymoon is over.
Why, what has he done?
You don't recall the British officer concerned in your father's trial. You don't recall what you shouted at the end of that trial. I don't suppose you remember the trial at all, do you?
I remember it was a very hot day. The court was jam-packed.
What else do you remember?
There was no jury. I remember
There
that.
were no jury trials in Cyprus at that time.
No, the English judge decided everything. I remember his white wig and his red robe. His forehead was sweating when he sentenced my father to be hanged.
Father. He was a murderer. He also organized a killer group that gave leader of street in Nicosia the name Murder Mile. He also got into Government House with a time bomb strapped around his waist and a woman's corset trying to kill Sir John Harding. And when your father's bomb went off, it only killed Sir John's young secretary, a couple of harmless government officials, and one of your father's own countrymen, a plain and simple Cypriot policeman. And you know all that, laddie.
My father would never wear a woman's corset.
Don't you be funny with me, laddie. Because you've got nothing to be funny about. I'm gonna make you tell me the real reason you came to this country, even if I've got to cut you up. Do you understand that, laddie? Because I've got all the time in the world. And you and me, we're gonna stay here until you tell me. Do you understand that, laddie?
I don't know what you're talking about. No idea, absolutely. I just came to get married.
Shut up!
What is it? What are you doing in this country, Leonidas?
Oh, please.
Now, pull yourself together, lad. Now, this is something you can do. Slip down to the front desk. There's probably a parcel from the Pickwick bookshop. Bring it up to me.
Right, sir. Smoke? Now, look, Alexis. We've been here long enough.
So why not save us all a lot of time and trouble by telling us what happened? Tell us what you did. We know you know.
If you know, why do I have to tell you?
Well, that's the way it has to be. And here's another thing. If you don't, the chief inspector really meant what he said. He'll really ride you. He'll clobber you. But you get it off your chest. He may find himself able to go easy with you. Could make it less serious for you. Know what I mean?
I'll tell you something. That always was a mean little copper trick.
Don't get that way.
Leonidas, this is the parcel that you sent to Detective Sergeant Madgwick. This is your handwriting, isn't it?
No, it's not my handwriting.
No, quite so. It's typewritten.
I didn't send any parcel.
Ah, but you did. You were seen sending it at the Trafalgar Square post office yesterday evening. Fast work, wasn't it? You probably thought it was going to be delivered on Monday when you'd be far away. Pickwick bookshop. Quite heavy. And we're all wondering why on earth you sent a book to Detective Sergeant Madgwick.
I didn't send a book.
You want to open it? Perhaps I'd better. Anybody got a knife?
So. Don't!
What?
Don't open it! No!
It's a book called Bitter Lemons. All about Cyprus.
Take him to the cell.
Tell me this. Did I get him?
Yes, you got him. And now we've got you, Leonidas. Absolutely. Look, will you tell the press bureau that there was an explosion at Madgwig's house, and we are investigating? No, there is no more. Not in the public interest.
Come, get in. I'll drive you home.